Welcome to this class for Kapha Dosha. We're going to start heating up the body with Bastrika Pranayam. Bastrika Pranayam will engage the upper thorax, which is the part of the body that Kapha Dosha really governs, so your lung and your heart. You're going to turn your hands into fists, and then see if you touch. You want to balance Kapha. Touch the tip of your ring finger to your thumb. If you want to reduce Kapha, fold your thumb over. And if you want to increase Kapha, then place your thumb at the bottom of or the base of your ring finger and fold your ring finger over. So whichever one you want to do today. I feel like I've been a little bit lazy recently, so I'm going to work on reducing my Kapha today. From here, we're going to do 10 breaths where we inhale and we exhale. Try doing it with your nose. If your nose is blocked, then do it with your mouth. Let's do 10. Inhale up and hold your breath too. And when you're ready and you're done, exhale and bring your arms down. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Bastrika Pranayam. Inhale up. Hold your breath. And when you're done, exhale and release. Whew. Let's go again. Up. Hold your breath in. And when you're done, release. Okay, now let's have some fun. See if you inhale your arms up again, and then as you exhale, pull them into fists and squeeze your belly button back towards your spine as you pull down. We call this fist of fire. Reach up big, inhale, exhale, squeeze. Start to lift your knees a little bit when you squeeze in, so using your core muscles to engage your thighs to lift your knees off the floor. Come a little bit higher, and see if you can start lifting your feet off the floor as well, and find your balance on your bum. Keep going with your fist of fire. See if you can extend your legs straight up in the air when you exhale. And we call this boat pose. So see if you can find a little moment of balance in boat pose on your exhale. Keep going. Fist of fire. And then let's stop here in boat pose next time, and let's keep our fingertips on the floor, and let's just move one leg at a time down. You can do it with straight legs or do it with bent knees. Up to you. It's obviously going to be tougher with straight legs, but this is Kapha Dosha's speciality. Kapha Dosha governs the muscles. From here, see if you keep your legs either bent or straight, and then move just your torso. So let yourself lie back down onto your back, and then lift your back up as you exhale. Go on, move that Kapha. Do your last one. Come up, see if you find your balance, cross your feet at your ankles, and then roll over so that you come onto all fours. Give yourself a little moment in child's pose, just one breath, and then see if you press up again onto all fours. And we'll do that one more time. So press down towards child's pose and then come up onto all fours. Now see if you turn your fingertips so that they're pointing towards your knees. Keep going. So when you exhale, you lean back and just lift your palms off the floor. Inhale, lean forward, press into your palms. Exhale, lean back, sit onto your heels. Let's do your last one. And then see if you come onto your knees and just roll over your knees a few times. So sit back on your bum and then roll forward over your knees. If this is really painful, you can double your mat, or you can put a little cushion underneath your knees just so that you get a little bit of movement in the lymph here. And see if you start to come up on your knees as you inhale. So as you inhale, pull the energy up. As you exhale, fist of fire, and then raise yourself up so that you're standing on your knees. Do that one last time. Come up, and then step your right foot forward, and exhale, come back. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, sit back down. Inhale, step forward, right foot forward, lower your hips as far as you can, and then exhale, sit back down. Inhale, step forward, left foot forward, exhale, sit back on your bum. Let's do one more on each side. Right foot forward, sit back on your heels. Left foot forward, and sit back on your heels. And find yourself on your knees again. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. It's going to keep going. From here, see if you just come up. So we're going to squeeze the bum a lot. Stick your bum out and then stand up on your knees. And we'll do that one more time. Stand up on your knees. Squeeze your bum. Actually, I think we're going to do maybe one more time. There you go. From here, see if you keep your toes tucked in behind you. And we're just going to lean back and tap one heel with the same side fingertips. So go from side to side, just massaging the big muscles and releasing any tension in the lower back. And see if you lean back and try to touch both heels at the same time. You can press your hips a little bit forward if that feels okay. Press into both your heels, press your hips forward, take another breath here, stay here. And then exhale. See if you walk into standing at the top of your mat. Let's start moving a little bit more with flow. Needs to build energy. We need to go quickly, but let's do it with structure. When you're ready at the top of your mat, take a big inhale, reach your energy up, and then exhale, fold yourself in half, touch the ground. Inhale, get your back straight, and then take your right foot, step back, lower your right knee. Inhale, arms up, low crescent lunge. Bring your hands back to the mat, step your left foot back, and then come down, knees, chin, and chest to the floor. Tuck your toes back and roll up to cobra. Push your way back into downward facing dog. We'll take 2 big, slow breaths here to keep grounding our kapha. And then see if you step your right foot forward, lower your left knee, arms up, low crescent lunge. Hands down on the mat. As you exhale, step your feet together. Inhale, flat back, and then exhale, fold yourself in half. With your inhale, bend your knees and reach all the way up and over. With your next exhale, fold yourself in half again. Let's step back with the left foot next. Big step back, lower your left knee. As you inhale, raise both arms, low crescent lunge. Bring your hands back to the floor, plank, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Standard sun salutation A that we're doing now. Take your next inhale in downward facing dog. And then with your exhale, step your left foot forward, lower your right knee. On your inhale, raise both arms. Exhale, hands down to your mat, step your right foot forward. Inhale, flat back, and then exhale, fold yourself in half. Inhale, reach all the way up, arms up overhead. Your arms to your sides. We're going to move into sun salutation B. So from here, with your next exhale, bend your knees, touch your fingers to the sides of your feet, and then swoop your arms overhead. Keep your knees bent, chair pose. From here, hands to the floor, step or walk or jump into plank. From here, you can bend your knees to the floor if you want, or you can do straight chaturanga, which means that you lower, just bend at your elbows. From there, upward facing dog, and then push back to downward facing dog. Immediately lift your right leg, step it forward, come into warrior one. So bend at the front knee, tuck your left heel slightly in. Take a breath in your warrior one. And then exhale your hands back to the floor, step your right foot back, plank again, chaturanga, or touch your knees, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Immediately step forward with your left foot this time. Keep your left knee bent, turn your right heel in, warrior one. And then exhale back to plank, chaturanga, woohoo, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and we'll take 2 breaths in downward just to ground our kapha again. Then you can bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump to chair pose. Inhale and come up to standing. Nice work. Ooh, we're going to keep heating this up. Get a little dance if you feel like it. Shake loose. Let's get ready to go again. Oh, I think I'm taking my t-shirt off here because I started to feel hot. It's good. We want to heat kapha. We want to get kapha energy going, especially in the upper body. So we're going to do a lot of planks today, and you're going to love every moment. Kapha loves movement. It is so good for balancing kapha. Let's do chair pose again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, jump, walk, or step into plank, chaturanga. Almost touch the floor. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, warrior one, arms overhead. From here, we're going to open up into warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back, and then take your left hand to your left thigh, reach over for peaceful warrior, and then reach your right elbow to your right thigh. Left arm creates a diagonal line from your left foot for side angle. Then see if you take your left arm behind you to hold your right thigh. Reach your right arm forward and over for triangle pose. If you're getting confused now, don't worry. We'll do this many times. You'll figure it out. We're all good. Turn both your feet forward. Bring your nose to your knee. Pyramid pose. And then step back. Plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now let's do the same thing on the left side. Left foot forward. Turn your right heel in. Warrior 1. Left arm forward. Right arm back. Warrior 2. Peaceful warrior, right hand to the right thigh, left arm open. Bend your right elbow and put it on your right thigh. Reach your left arm over your ear. Let's see if you grab hold of your right thigh behind you with your left arm. Take your right arm, reach it forward as you extend your right leg straight. Triangle pose, which is supposed to be a cooling pose. Let's see if you turn so that your body faces forward. Bring your nose to your knee, both legs straight. Pyramid pose, and back to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 breaths just to come back to your grounding. Let's see if you walk, step, or jump to your chair pose at the front of your mat, and then inhale, come up to standing. Feeling good? Yeah, we like this Kapha energy, moving, speed. See if we go again. Chair pose. Walk, step, or jump to plank. Lower yourself down and then come up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Now let's do a little bit of a spin on this. So as you inhale, lift your right leg up, bend at your right knee. We call this scorpion. Try to tap your left shoulder with your right foot. Look underneath your right armpit. Twist a little bit. Let's see if you come back. And then we're going to exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale and bring your knee toward your nose and then step your foot onto the mat. And let's step forward into warrior 1. Turn your left heel in. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale your arms up overhead, straight back. Open up into warrior 2 as you inhale. As you exhale, peaceful warrior, reach back and then come forward into the side angle. And then from here, see if you grab hold of your right thigh with your left hand and then reach down into Trikonasana, triangle pose, which is supposedly a cooling pose. See if that is true for you. And then from here, see if you come into a twisted warrior 2, meaning that your left arm's forward, your right arm's back, and then we're going to twist over the right thigh. Palms together in front of your heart. Twist your body as much as you can. If you can, optional, you can try to get your left fingertips to the floor and your right hand towards the ceiling. From here, see if you step back to plank. Chaturanga, down to the floor. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Woohoo! Left side. Lift your left leg up on your inhale. Bend your left knee. Look underneath your left shoulder. And with your next exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Bring your leg back up on your inhale. As you exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, stretch it back up. Exhale, bring your left knee toward your nose. Hold it here. 1, 2, 3. Step your left foot forward. Turn your right heel in. Inhale and raise both arms. Warrior 1. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale to peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Right arm, left arm on the left elbow. Right arm overhead. Let's see if you take your right arm behind you, grab hold of your left thigh, reach up and extend your left leg straight. Find your left foot with your left hand. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Cooling down. Don't know if it's working, but we are trying to get hot. Let's see if you come up into a twisted warrior 2. So left arm back, right arm forward. Woohoo! And then twist over your left thigh, palm to palm. Try to twist your torso as much as you can. Get another big breath. If you want, you can try to open your arms, right fingertips to the floor, left arm to the sky. And then from here, oh, you know it, baby girl. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 breaths just to come back to your body. And then walk, step, or jump to chair pose. Inhale and come up to standing. And let's just take a little moment just to dance, just to shake, just to get all of that good energy flowing. I decided at this point that what my body really needed was to just shake a little bit. So if you want, you can join me dancing. I think that is a great idea. And then let's just smack a little bit with the palms over the legs. So moving from the inside of the legs, going up the thighs, down the outsides of your bum and down to your feet, and do that a couple of times just so that we're clearing the energy. And then you can do the same from your hands, so starting from your pinky finger and moving up the outside of your arm and coming down the inside of your arm, just tapping gently. It's just really nice to get this Kapha energy. Kapha energy's primary job is to protect us, so just doing that on both arms as well, so that we get nice, good, protective Kapha power energy flowing throughout our bodies before we get back into it again. So when you're ready, come back to the front of your mat. Let's apparently we're dancing a bit more, but then let's do our chair pose, and then walk, step or jump to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing. Exhale into downward facing. This time, see if you step your right foot forward and reach your arms up. Warrior 1. Come to Warrior 2 as you exhale. Inhale to Peaceful Warrior. Exhale to your side angle. Come on, keep the flow going. And then see if you find your triangle pose here. So opening up the whole side of the body, engaging with this cooling energy of Kapha. And then see if you come up to your twisted Warrior 2. So right arm back, left arm forward, and then twist over again here. Hold your fingertips at your heart or open up your arms for an extra twist. Come back into Warrior 1. And then let's do a few little lunges here. So lower your left knee to the floor, inhale and extend it straight again. Lower down to the floor, inhale and lift up. And then let's kick a little bit, so bend into your right knee. See if you walk your fingertips further in front, and then kick up into a standing split. Lower your left foot as you exhale, inhale and kick it all the way up to the sky. There you go. And then hold it. 1, 2, 3. Lift a little bit higher. Get a little bit higher. Go on. Get your Kapha going. Get your muscles working. Step your feet together. See if you take a nice big exhale. And then let's come into moon pose, meaning that we balance on our right hand and our right foot, and we want to have our left arm and our left leg extended straight out to the back and up. Left foot back, right, left arm up. And then from here, see if you can balance entirely on your right leg. So turn your chest so that's facing forward. You can have your hands by your heart, by your hips, or reaching out in front. Take another 2 breaths. Balance, Kapha. And then see if you slowly come back into your nice pyramid, left foot behind you. And then let's do a little nice wide forward fold. So just hanging the head down between the legs. Keep your legs pointing, or your feet pointing in the same direction. You can clasp your arms behind your back and open a little bit further if you like. If not, don't worry about it. Just see if you come back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Hoo hoo hoo! Aren't we doing great, Kapha? See if you step forward with your left foot this time and come into Warrior 1. With your exhale, find Warrior 2. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior, and then exhale, side angle, left elbow onto the left thigh, reach your right arm over. Take your right arm and slide it behind your back, lift your left arm up and over, and then extend your left leg straight as you exhale, Trikonasana, as you inhale, right arm up. Hold and breathe. And then see if you slowly spin your arms around and come up into twisted Warrior 2, so that your right arm is forward and your left arm is back. And then twist over your left thigh, palm to palm, thumbs towards your sternum. Twist as much as you can. If you like, you can open up your arms so that your right arm touches the floor and your left fingertips touch the ceiling. If you want to, that's optional. And then windmilling your arms back up into Warrior 1. Let's do this little lunge. So lowering your right knee as you exhale. Inhale, extend your legs straight again. Let's do one more. Lower. And then extend your arms down towards the floor in front of you. Walk your fingertips forward. And kick your right foot up in the air. Lower it as you exhale. Inhale and kick it up again. And lower as you exhale. And then kick it up and hold your right leg up in the air. Lift a little bit higher. Get as high as you can. And then see if you bring your feet together. Take a nice little exhale. and then press into your left arm and your left leg and lift yourself up into your moon pose. You might notice that the video is the other way around. It's because I forgot to record it on this side, but never mind. As long as you're doing both sides, you're great. See if you release your left hand from the floor and come into Warrior 3. Hands can be in front by your heart or by your sides, wherever you feel right to be. Take one last breath. And then slowly come back into pyramid pose, nose to knee. Turn your feet towards the same direction. Wide straddle. You can see if you can touch the top of your head to the floor. You can take your arms behind your back, or you can just let your arms hang down towards the floor. Give yourself 2 breaths just to come home here. And then see if you slowly turn back towards the front of your mat. You know the drill. Plank, upward facing, and downward facing dog. Give yourself 2 breaths just to come back home. See if you walk, step, or jump into chair pose. And then inhale your way up to standing. And then let's do a few big circles with the breath. So maybe do a little dance first. Maybe a dance is what we need most. Okay, so arms by your side. Take a big circle with your inhale. Reach up overhead, and then exhale, hands down through your heart, down towards your hips. Do a few of these and see if you can really pop up your chest. So really opening up the upper part of your body, around your shoulders, around your thorax. Really these areas of the body that Kapha governs. So instead of resting between intense movements, we're going to keep just moving and flowing. See if you can lean back a little bit extra just to open up through the heart. Hopefully you're enjoying the rooster as much as I am. And then see if you take your next chair pose. And then walk, step, or jump to plank. And then see if you lay down and do a cobra, meaning that your thighs are on the floor. Press your butt back towards your heels. And then come back towards cobra, but lift your feet and bring your head towards your feet towards your head, your toes towards your head. And we're going to go forward and back a few times. So exhale, butt towards your heels. And then inhale, bring your hips towards the floor and try to touch your toes to the back of your head. You can stay a little bit longer, or you can keep flowing. Let's do one more. And then slowly find your way into downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, we're going to bend one elbow, tap it to the floor, lift it, and then bend the other elbow and tap it to the floor. If that's too intense, you can just bend the elbows a little bit. That's still going to get your muscles. And that's what we want in this class. And then see if you come back to this cobra with the toes towards your head. And do that a couple more times. So bringing the head towards the toes, exhaling bum towards heels. Inhaling head to toes and exhaling towards downward facing dog. Just make sure that you feel really balanced, and then see if you can grab hold of your right ankle with your right hand. Look underneath your left armpit as you do this to keep your spine twisting and supple. And see if you step your right hand forward and then grab hold of your left ankle with your left hand. Look underneath your right armpit as you do so to twist the spine. From here, find yourself with your right leg lifted, and then let's do 3 big circles with the right knee in the air. So as big circles as you can. And then see if you kick your right foot straight out to the side from the hip. Also 3 times, kick, and then do the same with the left. So lift your left leg up, do 3 circles with your left knee in the air. Try to get big circles. And then kick your left leg straight out to the side 3 times. Try to kick, so there's a little bit of kicking in the kick, so you're not just reaching your leg, but kick it a little bit. After your 3rd kick, see if you come down on your knees, and then put your elbows down on the floor and pull your chest towards your thighs. Take your hands behind your head and just stretch out your upper arms and your upper back again. Just take a couple of breaths and see if you can really open up. And then from here, let's go over to the side. So keep your left knee on the floor. Stay on your left forearm. And then see if you can lift your right leg and hold it. And then hold your right arm up as well. This is a sort of modified version of the moon pose we did. Try to make sure that you lift your left hip as high as you can. And then let's go over to the other side. So right knee on the floor, right forearm on the floor. Lift your left arm and your left leg and hold. Lift your hip as high as you can. Nice work. Let's see if you come into forearm plank for a little moment, and we're just going to hinge forward and back. So forearm plank, flat plank, face to the floor, lean forward and back. And then see if you take a little moment just to come to sit on your butt. Sit on your butt. From here, see if you step your right foot forward, and then see if you kick up, and we're going to do a twisted moon. So we're balancing on our right foot and our left hand, right arm's up, and so is the left leg. Beautiful. Guess what? We're just going to do the regular moon. Don't do what I do and fall. Well, even if you fall, it's fine. Look at me. I'm 22 years in. I fall. So come into regular moon. So right hand on the floor, right foot on the floor, lift your left arm and your left leg. Take a breath. And then see if you release to a nice little forward fold. And then come back onto all fours. Give yourself a little moment in child's pose. And then slowly step your left foot forward, fingertips on the floor, and then see if you lift your right leg, hold with your left hand on the floor, right arm reaches up. This is a twisted moon. Oh yes, it's a twisted moon. And then see if you change to a regular moon, meaning that basically you just swap your hands. So left hand comes up, right arm reaches, left arm comes down, and right arm reaches up. Isn't it getting hot now? Oh yeah, this is exactly what we want for the Kapha energy to flow. See if you take a little moment in child's pose. And at this point I decided it was time to wipe the sweat off my face. So if you need to do that too, you can. I don't know if you know this, but Bikram yoga is fantastic for Kapha energy. A lot of the time they make you sweat, they make the room hot. And in Bikram yoga they say don't drink water during yoga, which is a sort of good thing for Kapha. That's terrible for Pitta people. Come on. So you got to know what you need, right? Let's enjoy our last 2 breaths in this little child's pose moment. And then we're going to move over and do another side plank. Bring your left forearm parallel with the top of your mat. You can keep your left knee flat on the mat if you like and lift the right leg from there. Or you can extend your left leg straight. Make sure you really lift the hip if you do that. So either bent or straight leg. So you're off the floor with your hip at least, and then lift your right arm and your right leg up and hold here. So again, left knee can be bent or straight. Beautiful. Let's change over and come over to the other side. So this time right forearm is parallel to the mat. Turn over onto your right side. Right knee can be on the floor, or you can extend your right leg straight. Lift your left arm and your left leg and plank. And then see if you flip yourself towards the front of your mat. Forearm plank, just 1 breath. And then relax onto the mat. Give yourself a little moment, just a little moment. It's Kapha. We're going to keep going. Then see if you come to seated, cross your feet in front of you, and we're going to release a little bit of stagnation around the hips. So just bellowing your knees up. So grab hold of your knees with your hands and just pull them up towards you as you exhale. Inhale and let them lower again. Do that for a little bit longer. Keep going. The faster you go, the better. Come on, it's Kapha. We got to keep moving. And let's do a little twist. So take your left arm to your right knee. Look back behind you. Twist, 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 twist. And then change over. So right hand to the left knee. Look back behind you. Twist, 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 twist. You're doing great, huh? You feel good, nice and warm. Let's see if you take your hands, fingertips to your shoulders, and we're just going to exhale towards the right side. So as you exhale, twist to the right, inhale back to center. Do a couple more like that. Forceful twisting, forceful exhale. Make noise with your exhale. Twist and come back. Twist and come back. Twist and come back. You're doing great. Let's go to the other side. Exhale and twist to the left. Twist as you exhale. Twist as you exhale. Twist as you exhale. Don't even have to worry about inhaling. That happens by itself. Twist more. Go on. A little bit more force. Nice one. From here, let's just lean over to the side. So you can lean to whichever side. We're going to go forward and back. This is Kapha. We don't stop. We keep going. We're machines. No, we're not machines. We're women. We're definitely not machines. That's not a good thing to say. But let's just move side to side like we're flowing with the energy of the ocean or something, or really just your breath. Let's see if you open up your legs wide. Make sure your Mula Bandha is close. That's why I'm showing my hands around my crotch. So activating your pelvic floor, squeezing together from the sides and the front and the back. And then just lift one leg at a time. Try not to lean back too much. You can do what I'm doing and hold your arms out. You can have your hands by your heart, or you can have your fingertips on the floor if you need that support. Do one leg at a time. Try to extend them straight, and then both feet in the air at the same time. Try not to lean back too much. Squeeze your pelvic floor. That's what's doing this work for you. Feet together and knees out wide. Let's come into a nice hip release. And then see from here, if you use your fingers to grab hold of your big toes, Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, hold yourself together, get nice and grounded, and then lift your legs holding at your feet. If you can't hold your legs straight, then keep your knees bent. Try to lift your chest so you're not dropping your heart into your back to keep your heart nice and open. From here, try to move your feet together, just keep your legs straight or bent, and then see if you release your feet and hold your legs straight and just move your legs and your chest towards each other without touching the floor a couple of times. This is sort of a boat pose variation. Then bend your knees a lot, press them in towards your chest, press your hands forward like you're pushing something. That's it, that's it, that's it. Come on, we're almost done. See if you roll down onto your back and then roll back up and balance on your butt. This is sort of where we started this pelvic floor and core work. Roll down on your back and then roll back up and balance on your butt. And then see if you extend yourself into Shavasana. Oh, you don't think that this is the final, do you? Oh, no, no. This is Kapha. Kapha does enough rest in its own time. We're going to keep going. But yeah, no. Enjoy your little moment, your brief respite before we keep going. See if you take your hands and slide them in, palm facing down, underneath your bum. Then walk your elbows in as close as you can and try to lift your chest up on your elbows. You can let your head hang over your shoulders. We call this fish pose. If it doesn't feel good for your neck to do that, you don't have to do that. You can also put the top of your head on the floor if that feels good. And if it feels good for you to do so, you can lift your legs and hold full fish. Woof! This is a lot. If it don't need to lift your legs, don't lift your legs. Keep your legs on the floor. See if you slowly come back down onto your back, and then see if you roll your bum towards you. Walk your hands in under your bum, lift your bum off the floor, and come up into a nice little shoulder stand. Make sure that you're really pulling your chin away from your chest so that your throat is nice and open. And if you can, try now to roll your feet behind you for a more opening of the spine again, for a bigger opening of the spine again. And then from here, let's slowly find Shavasana again. Oh yeah. And no, there's still more. Or yes, there's still more. Still more. But take this little opportunity to relax. This is a little opportunity to relax. Just to find your slow energy again. From here, see if you extend your right arm overhead, and then as you exhale, lift your left leg and tap your right fingertips to your left foot. Let's see if you do the same thing with your right side. So reach your left arm overhead, and as you exhale, kick your right foot up in the air and tap your right toes with your left fingertips. You can do that 2 or 3 times, or maybe just once, or maybe 10 times. You know, this is, nobody's watching you. You do whatever you want. And see if you relax for a few breaths. You can keep your arms overhead. That might feel extra good for the Kapha. Then let's do 3 more kicks. 1, 2, 3. And you can do one leg and then do the other leg, or you can do 3 on the same side and then 3 on the other side. That's up to you. When you exhale, you kick. When you inhale, you lower. Exhale, kick. Inhale, lower. Beautiful. Let's see if you bring your hands down towards the sides of your hips. Turn your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders down. Rest your feet out towards the side and enjoy your Shavasana. Well earned. Well deserved. I was going to say pat yourself on the back, but you can't because you're doing Shavasana. So just enjoy these next 2 breaths of Shavasana. And then see if you bend your knees, walk your feet in towards your bum. Take your arms overhead, and as you inhale, bring your arms down towards your hips and simultaneously lift your hips up in the air. Exhale and come back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back down. Nice. Inhale, lift up and hold your bum in the air. 1, 2, 3. Exhale and release. And then see if you slowly make your way up. Lift your chest from the floor. Bring your hands slightly behind your bum, fingers pointing forward. Point your toes away, and then see if you can lift up into a forward plank. Oh yes, there's more. And then see if you lower your legs again. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up overhead and come into a nice forward fold. Yes, we're almost done, and you've done fantastic. Well done, you. See if you come to seated. Take your hands and touch your ring finger in whichever configuration feels right for you, for your Kapha energy today. Balance, pacify, or increase. And then with that desire, inhale, draw your energy up into the sky. Take a piece of heaven and bring it to your mind to activate the Buddha consciousness. And then see if you bring your hands to your womb to activate your Gaia consciousness. And then bring your hands to your heart for your Christ consciousness in the center. Thank you so much for doing this crazy Kapha class with me. I hope you had fun. That is the most important part.